Hello and welcome again to this edition of Phi TV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson. We are coming to you just a few blocks from Florida's capital. We are inside the FIT studios for Phi TV, and we are joined today by Jeff Scala with the Florida Association of Counties to tell us a little bit about what's happening in counties. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you for having me here at the studio. Again, Jeff Scala with the Florida Association of Counties. I'm our Associate Director of Public Policy, and work on our broadband policy, technology, everything from cyber to flying cars and everything in between, and environmental policy on the side too.
So that's it. But after that, there's nothing else. All right. So for our viewers, tell them a little bit about the Florida Association of Counties. What do you guys do?
We represent all 67 counties and their county commissioners here at the legislature and at the federal level. So we work on every policy, from preemption to trash policy to a lot of different areas that affect Floridians every day.
Yeah, and really the counties and the cities are the closest to the voters as you get, right? So you guys are working on behalf of those counties. Before we get into that, and we'll jump into that in a second, how did you get into this? How did you get to be the guru of county technology policy, et cetera?
Sure. Well, first, like many folks, I got my start in the legislature. I worked in the Senate, the House, and then the Senate again as a legislative aide. Okay. So working as a legislative staff, doing all sorts of issues. But with the association, I think I fell into it because I am the millennial on the team, so a little bit closer to some of the technology that impacts
the county policy.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So the Florida Association of Counties represents full bandwidth. Let's talk about the 67 counties themselves. Share with our viewers a little bit about how different are they? How alike are they? Just kind of give us your take on the 67 counties.
Sure. There are large urban counties. There are about 12 of those in the state, and those are in the big areas that you normally think about: Hillsborough, Miami, Palm Beach, Broward, Duval, Pinellas, Orange, all those. Mid-sized counties that are ranging, they're developing. There's a lot of counties that are experiencing a lot of growth. To our rural counties, which they're into the 30s, and the bulk of our membership are rural counties in Florida. So it's a real diverse group of folks from across the political spectrum that really just want to make their community, their county, a better place to live.
Yeah. That's it's you think of the differences between your ultra urban, ultra sophisticated, extremely well funded, obviously from a tax base, your Miami-Dades, et cetera, versus your Washington counties, your very small, super rural. When you've got a commissioner from County A, super urban, and commissioner from County B, super rural, how do you balance their needs?
You work to find the things they agree on. Mm-hmm. Our association thrives on working on policies that the majority, if not all, of the counties support. Yeah. So we try to stay away from issues that separate that urban-rural divide, but focus on the ones that unite them.
Well, we know we get to work with you on one that definitely brings everybody together. This is broadband connectivity. What do you guys call that program?
We call that Access 67. Mm-hmm. So it's the initiative of or it started 2 years ago, but under the current leadership of our president, Ralph Thomas from McCulloch County, Access 67 is seeking to expand broadband access for affordability, reliability, and expand access to all Floridians.
Yeah, so I get the pleasure of attending meetings with you and your members, and our members do. How have you seen, not just our cable members, but the folks that deploy fixed wireless or cell phone connectivity, how has it been to work with both the private sector providers and your members?
It's been great. They have the solutions. There are a lot of solutions out there, but it's been great to work with them, identifying what needs and what technologies work best for those communities. So it's, it's a little bit of that push and pull, but, trying to bolster those relationships to, again, achieve the same goal of access across the state.
So forever, the lament was there's not enough money to do it, it's not profitable, et cetera. Well, now we're being rained upon by federal money. So tell us a little bit about how Florida Association of Counties are attacking the the deployment of those federal dollars? Because some will come straight to the county, some will go through the state. How are you guys approaching that?
So there are direct allocations through the American Rescue Plan and CARES Act that have come down over the last few years. At the state, they've got their direct allocation, and really, our efforts are focused on making sure the Department of Economic Opportunity at the Office of Broadband has the resources to administer those grants. I know they have a limited staff, and they might see a couple $2 billion in grants. So we want to make sure that they've got the resources to get it out to folks like the providers and in our communities to expand services for critical infrastructure and fill in those gaps.
Yeah, those gaps. So the one neat thing that DEO is doing, and I know we're working with them as are you, is they're building the data to figure out, kind of shine the flashlight on where there isn't service yet. And I know we're enjoying working with your members to kind of build those plans. You've got those broadband planning task force at all of your counties now. What do you see as your goals or plans for connectivity in the next? What's your near-term goals for the association?
So right now, is helping the DEO Office of Broadband. They've got this state strategic plan that's coming due in June, and we really want to be able to provide the local perspective, and they've been setting up those teams, folks from education, the providers, healthcare, economic development, just bringing them all to the table to have that local conversation, and we're hopeful that will aid the state in identifying what a statewide plan path forward would be.
I think we're all working on the same thing. Jeff, can we count on you to come back and fill us in as we get out of session and kind of keep us up to date on what's going on from the county perspective? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And obviously, we love Ginger and the whole team and you guys over there. We look forward to working with you on connecting the unconnected.
Sounds great.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's all the time we have for this episode of Phi TV. Make sure you hit us up on our social media feed for more great interviews like this one. And for now, thanks for tuning in.